Hi there, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Thursday Night Stamp Therapy. I'm so excited you're joining us tonight. Leave a comment and let me know how you are today, whether you're watching live or on the replay. And tonight we're going to do a Stamp Along With Me project. So if you haven't already prepared the supplies, you can find the supply list in the video description. Let me show you really quick. I should have printed it, but it's in the video description. I prepped 2 different cards, so I think maybe I'll try to make them both so you can see what they look like. But you're going to need some designer paper and a piece of cardstock and a few other little things. Again, it's all in the video description, so make sure that you have your supplies ready to go so that you can stamp with us. Hi, everybody! So right now, I need your input because I am trying to decide which stamp set to use for some of the projects tonight. So I'm trying to decide between these 3. So leave a comment and let me know what you would like to see. Should I use Lovely You or Friend Like You or the Dandelion Wishes? Now these 2 were on sale yesterday. Did you guys get any of those stamp sets? There was almost 60 stamp sets yesterday that were on sale for one day only. So hopefully you got some of those deals because they were really awesome. I did pick up a few stamp sets that were on my list that I didn't have yet. Lovely You. I'm trying to keep track of your votes here. Becky says C. So, how are you guys doing? Are you having a good day? I can't believe that it is, I can't believe it's so late in September. I just feel like the time is going by and the days are getting shorter, right? The sun is setting sooner. And it's just crazy that the year is going so quickly. Like, it's almost October. How crazy is that? Yes, Lynn says that she got some deals. It's gonna be so even. We have a flood of votes for C. We'll keep it open just a few more votes. Now, you should only be voting once. I'm not keeping track, so you could vote more than once, but you shouldn't, right? Like, you should only vote one time. Speaking of early voting started in Illinois today, so that's really exciting. I'm going to participate in early voting at some point. I didn't get over there today necessarily, but Robin says she got 4 votes. It looks like Dandelion Wishes is pulling ahead here. Each school day feels like a week. Oh, Tony. I'm so sorry that each school day feels like a week. I can only imagine. Hi, everybody. All right, so we're voting on what stamp set I should use tonight. And I feel like I've got to cut off... I've got to cut off the votes at some point. And right now, Dandelion Wishes, I think, is going to be the stamp set that we use. But maybe I'll make some cards and share them with the other stamp sets. Oh, we have a few more votes for A. We're pulling ahead. I think we're going to go with Dandelion Wishes. Okay, this is what I'm going to do because, guys, I've been stamping all day using these card kits, and I've been sharing them quite a bit, and so hopefully you all know what these are just by the colors. These are the card kits that come in the Get and Go Starter Kit promotion. New team members who join in September get 2 free stamp sets. They get Queen Anne's Lace and So Much Love. They get a package of rhinestones, and then they get 16 card kits. So they get 8 green and 8 blue. And although these stamp sets are quite lovely, and I have been sharing some lovely stamps and samples with them, I've been making cards using these card kits and other stamp sets. So tonight I want to make some more using Dandelion Wishes. First, let me show you the power of these card kits and all the things that I've done. Okay, so first let's share the projects that were designed by Stampin' Up. So in the green card, we have this one with Queen Anne's lace and this one with So Much Love. Beautiful cards. I love the way that they cut this apart. So this card kit, this is what is so fun to me and challenging. Demand a recount, Carla. We're not. Oh, no. But I'll do some cards with the other stamp set and share it with you too. Okay. Tonight I'm only going to do live. I'll just do the Dandelion Wishes, but I'll do some cards with the lovely you and post them later. Okay, because I'm addicted to these card kits. Oh, wrong kit. Okay, so the green one comes with, so the kits you get from Stampin' Up do include the envelopes, which is awesome. But look, there's not a lot of cardstock in here to work with. So all the cards that I made, I used only these pieces of cardstock, just like Stampin' Up did. So let me show you my my alternative cards using the green card kit. This one, like I said, was the most challenging because there was no green or no white. Okay, so maybe I should do it by, I want to do it by stamp set. Because I made a blue card and a green card with each alternative stamp set that I used. So here were the green cards, the originals. Here were the original blue cards, this one and this one. Look at this. I made up everything. So if you want to join as a demonstrator and get a discount on all your stuff, but you don't want to have classes, you could make up all these cards yourself and you could just switch up the stamp sets like I did. So one of them, I don't have the stamp set to show you, but one of them I used under my umbrella using those cardstock pieces. These are my favorite, I think, the goats. Weighted goat. I shared a picture of this earlier on the Facebook page. Isn't it cute? I really like this goat. And then I really like the way this one turned out too. This is one of those stamp sets that I've had for a while and I just haven't used. So I broke it out today and I made these two cards using these card kits. Aren't they cute? I really like the way they turned out. Jenny, you just got a new recruit today. That's awesome. Congratulations. She might love seeing all these ideas because I did not stop there. We made the whale cards last time, or 2 weeks ago maybe. We made the whale done cards. I got those mixed up. And then I also made cards today with the Dino Roar. This was another stamp set that I have hardly used. Look at how cute and look at how different all of these cards are. Isn't it crazy? And all of them start with the same cardstock pieces. I love a challenge like that. I love being able to, sit down and say, okay, I only have these, and this is not a lot of paper, guys. These 3 little pieces to make a card. This one, you'll have to let me know what you think about this. Okay, I decided I wanted to do some Christmas cards, and these colors are not traditional Christmas. Are you ready for this? Here are the cards that I came up with the Merry Hello. What do you think? Yay or nay? I know it's a very polarizing color combination for Christmas. Uh-oh, I just saw an angry face. Do you like these with the stockings? I kind of do like them. I showed them to my son and he was like, I don't know about those colors. So let's do a quick review by color now that I've showed you by stamp set. Okay, so this one we've got these pieces here. And I was really impressed with all the different layouts that I got using the same pieces. So just because you're using a different stamp set doesn't mean you have to use the same layout. So I did all kinds of cards using different layouts, all with the same pieces. So if you're getting the Get and Go kits and you're making them all yourself, you can still make completely different cards. let's look at the green ones. I'm like obsessed. I can't stop. So this is 8 blue cards. So you could make every single one of these cards with your card kits from the get-and-go. Here is the green. And like I said, this one is really challenging because there's no white cardstock at all. So here were the original cards again. Lovely cards. And then I changed them up. And again, I used a different layout on every single card. On some of these, I did trim the cardstock down, but I did not incorporate any additional cardstock besides what came in the kit. I really like this one. I used the yellow strip and I just cut it into pieces and then made the little banners. Aren't they cute? Okay, so we're going to make some cards tonight with Dandelion Wishes using these card kits. And I think we need to like set a timer. Should we give me a time limit? How fast do you think I can make cards? What do you think, Jim? 2 cards, 10 minutes? Is that... Let me put our sticker on here real quick. Do you think 10 minutes is enough time? Let's do it. 10 minutes, 2 cards. Let me just get these on the block. Oh, these are the old kind, and it's not sticky. Hold on one second. I knew there was a reason that I hadn't put my thing on yet. My stickers. This is the new Cling Adhesive. We were just talking about this last night. Hopefully I put that on the right way. And then it is like, because these are the old stickers that aren't sticky. And so now it's going to stick to my block. Oh, my puppy's whining. Okay, I'm not gonna do this to all of them. But if you have old cling mount, and they say clear mount, not cling mount. The new cling ones say cling, and they have different stickers that are stickier. And this one is clear mount. So if you have clear mount stamps, you want to get these Cling Adhesive stickers to stick to the back of the index label so that you can, it sticks to the block better. Okay, don't start your timer yet, guys. Let me get the blocks on. It has to be fair, right? Maybe. I don't even know what these say. It's gonna be a surprise when I stamp them. Okay, wishing for a lifetime of love and happiness. And this one says, sending well wishes your way. Okay, so this is going to be, yes, kind of speed stamping. And we're only going to use the pieces that come in the kit. So we've got the green card and the blue card. I'm going to make one at a time. I've got my ink pads ready. The colors that go with the card kit is Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Coastal Cabana, and Bermuda Bay. These are bright colors, and honestly, they're colors I don't really use a lot. So it was a fun challenge to come out of my comfort zone and make cards, make all the cards that I did. So many different cards, and like I said, I even challenged myself to use things that I hadn't gotten out of the case yet. So, all right, go ahead. Let's start the timer. I can't see my clock, so you guys are going to have to start the timer for me. Okay, ready? Go. I'll start with the green card, and I'm going to do Bermuda Bay ink. Gosh, I feel like I could do this in 5 minutes. Ha ha! I feel like maybe I need to stamp it again. Sometimes when I need to re-ink, I don't get a good impression. I think it's just the stamp. I think the stamp is just very fine. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then, oh gosh, none of these words are gonna fit. Oh, that one's gonna fit. We gotta get that one out. it says, I made a wish and you came true. Aww. Isn't that adorable? Made a wish and you come true. Okay, the other thing that I've been using on all these cards is the rhinestones, because the rhinestones come in, you get a package of rhinestones in your kit. I had a package of rhinestones that was open, but I don't know where they are. Running out of time. Okay, so for some of my cards, I did use punches, but you don't have to have punches to make most of these cards. So I'm just going to do a quick little banner tip over here. I made a wish and you came true. Just going to clip that. And where's the adhesive? Oh, I ran out. I'm going to run out of this one too. I ran out of the seal earlier when I was stamping, and I have to get a new refill out. Okay, I'm running low on dimensionals. I've got a lot of these. You guys use the outlines, right? The edges, you don't throw those out, right? There's so many ways you can use them. I like when I am doing like a shaker card or putting it on a frame. Those are great pieces for that. Whoops. Oops, now that one ran out. All right. Seal Plus is going to have to do it tonight. Look at how thick that is. Oh my gosh, this stuff is super sticky. Well, I kind of like it vertical, but my banner's sticking out, so we're going to go horizontal. Okay, and then let's add some rhinestones. I don't know where my open package is, so I'm going to open up the new ones. And one handy little tip with the rhinestones is that you can pick it up with your scissors and transfer it onto your project. We're going to do a rhinestone in the center of each of these. There we go. Card number 1. Okay. Card number 2, using the blue cardstock. Let's do a vertical one because we made horizontal on the other one. And I feel like I want to do this, but maybe in the lighter blue. This is Coastal Cabana. I don't have my grid paper. Okay, and then let's see here. We could use a punch. Is this punch going to be big enough? Nope, it's not going to be big enough. Let's do this one. Oh, that might not be big enough either. I'll do the darker blue. That's really tight. What do you think of that? That's really similar to the one I did. I totally stole the layout here. Well, this one, that's the same layout, a bigger circle. Maybe I should do a blue circle instead. Oh! I just dropped my punch. How am I doing on time, guys? I feel like 10 minutes is really, really fast. See, I like that better, I think. It's a little bit bigger on the punch. And then I'm debating on whether or not to add, I mounted this other stamp. I thought maybe I would use this one, but I don't know where I would want to put it. On the inside. on the inside, that's where, boop, I think that was supposed to go the other way, which I would know if I had the label on. I gotta cover up my hole. That's another way that I get thrifty with cardstock, is that I cover things up with other pieces. So instead of using a whole nother piece of yellow, I'm just going to use the same piece. New dimensionals. What do you think? Rhinestones, let's add it on there. I'm going to do one in the center and then the smaller ones. A couple smaller ones in here that are kind of blowing away with the thing. Okay, what's our time? How did we do? I am so sorry I wasn't able to watch your comments. What are the dimensions of each piece? I will post the dimensions. I'll post a list there because there's two. There's dimensions for this, and then there's dimensions for the blue card, and they're really similar. Like one of the key pieces in both kits, the blue and these two blues are 3 by 4. And then the yellow is 2 3/4 by 4, and the white is 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. I'll put the list in the description when I'm all done. And then this piece of yellow, the skinny one, is 4 inches by 3/4 inch. All right, I love the way those turned out, and I'm gonna have to make some cards with Lovely You, even though, well, really the votes were, the votes were super close. So I'll make some cards with that one too, and I will share them on Facebook and on my blog when I get all done. But I just wanted to keep making cards, and so I thought you guys would enjoy doing that with me tonight. I can't decide which grouping I like best. There's the Dandelion Wishes that, oops, I don't have them all sorted again by the stockings, the dinosaurs, oh, the goats, oh my gosh. I think it's so hard to decide. Is there one that sticks out to you guys that you really like? Where's the goat? Here's the goat. Maybe it's the goats, or the seaside, or the dinosaurs, or the stockings, or the whale, or the one we just did, Dandelion Wishes. All right, I would love to see if you guys are making cards with these dimensions and these colors. I would love for you to share them in the Share and Connect group. So if you're not part of that group yet, you really should check it out because we're having a lot of fun over there, and everyone is so awesome about sharing the cards that they're making. So check it out. Lots of inspiration. I know that you'll enjoy it so much. We're going to move on to the next project, and this one I wanted to showcase this Life is Beautiful stamp set, because it is, it's beautiful. And I love that it has stamps for different seasons in it. So you can do a fall card or a winter card or a spring card or a summer card. And this is the card kit that I designed for my Stamp of the Month Club. So if you participate in Stamp of the Month Club, then you get a card kit to make 2 each of the 3 cards, plus you get the stamp set. So if you're interested in learning more, I will include the link in the description when we're all done, so you can check that out and sign up. It's not too late. I'm working on getting the card kits ready to go, and they'll be mailed out next week, so it's not too late if you want to participate. I've got 2 different fun folds here, the double flap card and then the Dutch door card, which we did in a video a week or 2 ago. Was it last week? I feel like it was last week. All 3 of these cards feature the in colors. So these are the 2020 to 2022 in colors. Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, and Magenta Madness, and then Misty Moonlight. So today I wanted to use the Life is Beautiful stamp set to make another card. And I am going to use the Bumblebee, but I picked a darker brown. I love this. The Early Espresso and Cajun Craze. And we're going to stamp a card. I wanted to show you a fun technique that I haven't done in a little while. And so I actually needed to go to the store and buy some baby wipes. Have you guys done the baby wipe technique? This is a lot of fun. So you're going to need some baby wipes. I just picked these up. I got the store brand, and I just picked out the fragrance-free kind. And you're going to unfold it. It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters if there's a design on it. And you're going to fold it into, I'm going to do quarters. And then you want to use something like a paper plate or something plastic where it's not going to leak through onto your work surface. So I just pulled out a cutting pad for my Big Shot. But you can use anything like that. And then you're going to use your reinkers. So I've got 2 reinkers. I've got the Bumblebee and the Cajun Craze. And you're going to just add dots of ink. So kind of what you're doing is creating like a little ink pad with the baby wipe. I know, Janet. Janet says she hasn't done this one in years. I've been a demonstrator for 18 years, and I feel like there's so much that I did at the beginning that like it's fun to kind of bring back out again. So this is a great technique. It works really well for bold stamps, but we're going to try it with the leaves on this one. So we're going to stamp the tree first. So let me just put those aside. Where's my stamps? Over here. And I need the Early Espresso. I forgot the grid paper. I'm gonna just, do you guys do this? I just sometimes take scrap paper. This is in my recycling bin right under the table, so I'm just gonna grab that out. This is the largest clear block. So this tree stamp is really big and will require the large block. It is too big for the next size block. So you want to make sure that you have the right size block to use with this stamp. And the tree is bigger than the cardstock. So I'm stamping over the edges just a little bit. This is one of those stamps that is, what do they call it? The, oh gosh, what's the word? It's like a play on words with ink, isn't it? The ones that look photorealistic. Why can't I think of the name? Oh gosh. It's just slipping my mind. Maybe someone will think of it and put it on there. But you just get a lot of fine detail with this photopolymer, the stamp lines. So I've got the tree here, and now we're going to stamp the leaves using the little ink pad that we created with the baby wipe. Distinctive, yes, thank you, Gloria. The ink in distinctive is like ink, distinctive. Thank you guys so much. My brain was just not thinking of it at all. So the fun thing with this baby wipe technique is you get sort of these different colors, and I love it for fall cards because fall leaves often have different colors like this. So it's a fun technique to get those different colors. And like I said, it's kind of hard because this stamp is really, these are small leaves. So I'm going to show you really quick what it looks like with the big leaves. So I've got this stamp here from the Love of Leaves stamp set, and I'm not going to make a card with it, but I just wanted to show you what that looks like. So I'm just moving it a little bit so that you can still see a lot of that yellow and it doesn't get muddled. Isn't that gorgeous? I'll have to make a card with this and post it later. So you really get a better view of it with the big stamp. I feel like a lot of the yellow got muddled on our tree. Womp, womp, womp. Let's bring our cards back in here, our cardstock, so we can finish our card. Actually, I'm going to stamp, I'm going to stamp some leaves down here on the inside along the bottom. I've been trying to be better about stamping on the inside of my cards, but I tend to forget. Do you guys stamp on the inside? Or maybe you forget to. So now that I'm getting the insides, I gotta start stamping on the envelopes to match. That's one thing that oh no, I just got a little ink on I'm gonna turn it over. Let me use a baby wipe since I've got them right here. Stamping on the envelopes. I don't usually have the envelopes out when I'm stamping the cards. I stamp the cards and then I put them away and I send them later. So that's definitely something that I need to work on, is stamping cute envelopes to match. All right, so we're just gonna layer. Oh, I was like, where did it go? It's upside down. Oh my gosh, I'm really... Maybe that's an actual stamped leaf. I think that actually is. That's all right, because the leaves in the fall are falling down, so those are just falling leaves. All right, now, so we've got, since it's early espresso, I wanted to do the cardstock on the inside so that you could see it. So now you can write your message. And then for the front, we're going to do a piece of the designer paper. And I cut a couple pieces because I wasn't sure if I wanted it to go all the way across or if I wanted it to go like that. I think I like it all the way across because the tree piece is so big. Okay, then we're going to do some Stampin' Dimensionals on this one. I'm generous with my Stampin' Dimensionals. Oh, and I'm going to go a little angle on this. Now we need some words, and I'm going to do that on, I was thinking on the bumblebee. So I'm going to get out my bumblebee scraps, and I think my favorite word of all time, like my favorite sentiment, is thinking of you, because it just covers everything, right? You can always be thinking of someone, right? Thinking of you when you're not well, thinking of you on your birthday, thinking of you with sympathy. And how about a little bit of ribbon? This is the Early Espresso Faux Suede ribbon. And I just happen to have a little bit on my desk. So let's just put a little bit of adhesive on here. Jenny, what is UGG? You don't like my card? Wonderful day for you to do that offsetter. Oh, I'm sorry, Jenny. I forgot you don't like crooked. Close your eyes. Go get a drink. Take a break. We're almost done with this card. Little angle on the thinking of you. Such a fall card. Oh my gosh. Are you getting the fall vibes on this one? This color combination is so cozy. We've got the Bumblebee, Cajun Craze, and Early Espresso. All right, how about another fall card? Because after all, it is fall, right? Happy fall, y'all. I'm gonna just say I'm obsessed with the what was I gonna show you? Oh, I was gonna show you something else with the baby wipes. I forgot why I had the big one out. Let me get the scrap paper. Put that off camera. You can look again, Jenny. Another way that you can use the baby wipe is to fold it in half and to drag it on your card. Oh, look at that! Oh my gosh. That is so cool. To make a fun background. Now I definitely need a baby wipe. So I'm going to have to combine those to make a card once this dries. And I'll post it later on so you guys can see, because that is wet. Isn't that fun though? Carla, yeah. Anymore, life is crooked indeed. Oh, yay! I'm so glad you guys like this. You've never seen that one before. I used to do this with the baby wipes back in the day too. I got a little smear there, so I'll have to cut that off. But oh, I'm sorry, Cynthia, that I'm in and out of focus. Maybe it's because I'm moving things around. We're gonna move on to the next card. I've got one more card, and then we're gonna do mystery stamping. So it's not too late. If you haven't cut your pieces yet, then you can cut those now while I'm making this card. Not this one. Another one. I'm setting this aside to dry, and I'll post that later. Okay, so I was talking about how I'm so obsessed with these get and go cards. And so the card that we're going to make now was inspired by this one. And I did this as a mystery stamping last night with the opportunity game night that I held. And I used some different colors to make a card using, oh, there's my rhinestones, using the Gather Together stamp set. And then I also cut other colors because my mom was on the call too, and she used these blues and made a card using the Snowflake Wishes stamp set. So this card is really fast, so I'm going to do both of them, and you'll see, again, this was my inspiration. And this is a card that you could follow along and create on the replay. So if you like the card, you can watch me make it, and then you can come back on the replay and do it with me, because it's that fast. So we're gonna do the fall one first, and I do need to get that scrap paper back out. Oh, this is not very pretty grid paper tonight. We're gonna use Early Espresso. And again, I'm stamping this leaf from Gather Together, and I'm going to stamp it several times to fill up the whole thing. So I'm just going to kind of turn it. I've got kind of like a triangle. Whenever you have like a big pattern or big piece you're trying to fill, like I like to do like a triangle. I should have come up a little bit more on that one, but that's okay, because the sentiment is going to cover it up. So I'm going to stamp this. Okay, so sizes. The Cajun Craze piece is 3 inches by 4 inches. And then the Very Vanilla is 1 by 2. And then it's layered on a 1 1/4 by 2 1/4. And so let's slide this away. We're going to get out the paper trimmer, and you're going to put the long side at the top, and you're going to cut at 1 inch strips. So 1, 2, or if you're counting backwards with your cuts, 3, 2, 1. You want to keep them in the same order so that when you put them on the card, it makes sense. And when you put them on the card, I think it's easiest to do the outside pieces first and then to center the inside pieces in the space that's left over. Oh dear. Okay, so those are the inside pieces. And these are the outside pieces. So we'll start here. I'm going about a 1/2 inch from the side and then centering from top to bottom. And you can use your scrap paper or a ruler to get them lined up straight together. Whenever I'm putting stuff like this down, I don't push hard until I have it just right. So I just sort of lightly place it on the card, and then when I'm sure of the placement, then I can sort of push down and really commit. Liquid glue is really good for situations like this because it's easy to kind of move around a little bit and go where you need it to go. All right, Stampin' Dimensionals. I keep losing my sheet, so I just grab a new sheet from my basket. I've got 3 on here. Again, the nice triangle pattern. It works for so many things. So we'll go, I think I'm going to go right there with that down in the corner. And then I'm just going to add some rhinestones. And that'll help fill in my space up here where I didn't go high enough. Okay, so there's the fall one. You guys ready to do it again? Let's do it with snowflakes. This is such a fast and easy card. You could do this with any color and any stamp. I've got this one mounted on a big block, and the colors that I'm using are Misty Moonlight, Seaside Spray, and then I have some black, Night of Navy. I might end up using, oh, you know what I'm going to do? Nope, that's not going to work. I might have to use the circle. So when I put these on my my block, I actually laid them out on the cardstock and then put the block over the top so that I could space it out how I wanted it to be to cover nice and evenly. I'm going to stamp this in Misty Moonlight. While I've got the ink pad out. Thanks so much. And this is going to go right over the top. I was inspired by Mom's color choice and stamp set. And you could do this on the Stamparatus as well and just have a spot for your cardstock, and you can make a whole bunch of these really, really fast. I'm going to cut with the paper cutter. Again, the 4-inch side is going at the top, and then you're going to cut at 1 inch, 2, it's actually, we're counting backwards, it's 3, 2, 1. And again, try to keep them in the same order. Did I mess them up? Yep, I sure did. There we go. Okay, flip them over, do some adhesive. I feel like we have made a ton of cards already. And we're not even done. This is like a bonus Thursday night stamp therapy. We are doing double duty. A little higher. Center these in this space left over. The other thing you could do is you could use a piece of designer paper and cut it into strips like this. So you could do a 3x4 piece of designer paper, which would give you a lot of cards from one 12x12 piece. And then you can cut it into the 1x3 strips and put them on the card. It's like a puzzle. I think I got it. Okay, and then we're gonna do some dimensionals. Ugh, I really like this. Maybe we just need to find... I love the shape of this. Oops, I made a little... I have another stamp set. Let's just pull some words out that are gonna fit on here. We're gonna make this a thanks card. This is Many Mates. And each like outside verse has something to go on the inside. So I thought that was a clever name. Many Mates. So this is gonna go, get the ink out again. Misty Moonlight. I like snowflakes for thank you cards because, do you guys send thank you cards for your Christmas gifts? I feel like I should do it more than I do. But snowflakes for thank yous are perfect because they're still good after Christmas. It snows in Illinois. It snows mostly after Christmas. We don't often get a lot of snow before, where I am in central Illinois, we don't get a lot of snow before Christmas. Usually our big snow is in January and February. Yeah, this card design is so quick and easy. You could make this up with any colors. And like I said, you could even use designer paper. Ta-da! My get and go inspiration, and then I feel like I should reverse those because fall comes before winter. And then my seasonal samples. What do you think? Winona says, I used to send thank you cards, but we don't do Christmas gifts anymore. Yeah, that is true. Uh-oh, what's happening? The video keeps going in and out of focus. Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't know if it's because I'm moving around so much as does it normally happen like that? I could try, I think it's a camera issue. I'm so sorry, guys. Joan, I don't think I can do closed captioning on Facebook, but on YouTube, I think it does it automatically, but I'll make sure to add it on YouTube if it's not. I'm making myself a note. Closed captions. I don't think that YouTube does, or I don't think that Facebook does the closed captions. So if you watch on YouTube, I'll make sure that it is added there. Can you move the cards slightly higher? Like that? All right. Oh, Tony says that she doesn't usually have issues with it being blurry, but it is tonight. So I am so sorry. I'm not sure what is different tonight that is making it blurry when it's normally not. So I'll have to play around and adjust my settings. I don't see any blurry on my end. I'm looking down at the camera and it just looks flat and normal, but I know the broadcast can be different. So, all right, let's move on to our last project. Are you guys ready to stamp along with me? we are going to make a really fun card. And this is the one, I've got the supply list in the video description, so hopefully you are ready, whether you're going to stamp with us live or if you are going to create with us later. I hope that you share your project. I'm going to try to move my camera up from the desk a little bit. Maybe that will help it because it won't be trying to refocus. Okay, we'll see. Hopefully this helps. I missed the joke. I don't know why you guys are laughing at me. I'll have to rewatch and see what I said that was so funny. All right, I prepped 2 cards. One of them using the Playful Pets, and the other one using the Fall. And I don't know, maybe I'll do both of them. I want to start with the Playful Pets. I did not have wine for dinner, but I might have to have some when we're all done. All right, I've got, you're going to start with a sheet of 5.5 by 8.5 cardstock. You've got a piece of 4 and 5 1/4. A piece of designer paper that is 3 inches by 4 inches. And then the layering cardstock is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then I've got a piece that is a light color cardstock. This is 1 inch by 4 3/4 inches. All of these sizes are in the video description. Then for the inside, I have a little strip of designer paper. This is 5/8 inch by 5 1/4, and a punch out. You might have a different tag, a different label, or maybe a stamped or punched image, die cut. You just need something small. Okay, so we're going to start with our paper trimmer, and I always, when I cut cardstock, I always just score it. That's just a habit of mine. So this one is already scored at 4 1/4, but if yours is not, that's going to be the first score line. You're going to line your cardstock up at 4 1/4 and score down the middle. And then you're going to come over to 6 3/8 inch. And score again. So we have the cardstock scored in half, and then the front is scored in half as well. Are you guys following along? Hopefully. So 2 score lines, 4 1/4 and 6 3/8. And then you're going to do some layering. So far, so good. Thank you, Joan. Okay, so you're going to layer the designer paper on the dark cardstock. And on your Whisper White or Very Vanilla, you're going to put the designer paper at the bottom. Now, I was sort of vague because it just depends on the stamp set. You're going to want some kind of image for the front. So I cut out the dog from Playful Pets and I put him on a stitched circle. You might have something different on yours. It may not be exactly the same, but you do have a piece of light cardstock that's going to go across that designer paper. I'm just going to get this out of the way real quick. This is for the inside of the card. Is the camera still trying to adjust? Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Maybe it's time I need to use my new phone. I wonder if the lens is dirty. If there's something on the lens, I wonder if that's affecting it. Well, hopefully my little shirt did the trick. Otherwise, I don't know what else to say. I'm so sorry. Okay, so we've got this on the inside. We've got our designer paper layered, and then we're going to do some stamping. So for this card, I'm using that Many Mates stamp set, and I have picked out, oops, excuse me, It's Your Day and Happy Birthday. And I'm going to do them in black ink. So for this one, oops, this is the inside one, so I'm going to put this on the label. Now, you may not have an inside word, and that's fine. On the label, if you're not going to stamp words, you're going to want to have some kind of image, either stamped or cut out. And this is going to go in the center right here. Don't put it on yet. For the outside, we're going to stamp the sentiment on the left side. And then the strip is going to go across the center. With your element, you can have your element wherever you want it. Mine's going to go on the right side, and I'm just going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals. I never did get this Playful Pets stamp set. I just have the designer paper. And I thought I had some trinkets, but I don't know where they went. So I might not have any more trinkets. So I just used some of the trim. This is the Playful Pets trim, just to make a little bow on my card. And that's going to go on with a glue dot. We want to use Stampin' Dimensionals underneath this label for the inside. And this might be a giveaway. If you've made this card before, you know why that needs to be on Stampin' Dimensionals, because this card is an easel card. And so this little element with Stampin' Dimensionals is going to catch the card and hold it open. So this is going to go on the front. I'm going to use, I want to use a heavy duty adhesive to make sure that it stays put. So I'm going to do 2 strips of tear and tape at the bottom. And then I'm going to center it on the card. And I don't have any adhesive on the top because when I open it up, it will stick up like that. That's the easel card. So when it's flat, it looks like a normal card, and when you open it up, it folds on that fold line, and then it rests on the elevated shape or punch here on the inside. Did you guys follow along okay? I can't wait to see your easel cards. Should I make one more, or do you want to just see the finished product? It's really fast. I'll just do it. So for the second one, and maybe if you are just joining or you work slow, we'll go over this again together. So the 8.5 by 5.5 up here at the top, you're going to score it 4 1/4 and 4 1/4 and then 6 3/8. So you're scoring in half and then in half again. This is when it's good to have like a bone folder to get a nice good crease. The designer paper is 3 inches by 4 inches. We're layering it onto cardstock that's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. I'm using the Gilded Autumn designer paper. I have a bit of paper on the inside, so you definitely want this inside paper to be a little bit more neutral, like not, you don't want it to overwhelm the card. So this is a perfect pattern here, the crumb cake with the early espresso. And that's going to go on the inside. Now I've already stamped my my acorn elements, and so I'm going to use some glue dots to put them on the tag. Yes, this is another old technique, isn't it? It's, like I said, it's fun to bring out some of the techniques that we used to do and do them again with new products. That's going to go inside. So your inside thing doesn't have to be words. It could be elements like this one was. I have the thank you from Beautiful Autumn. I'm going to stamp that on mint macaron. This piece is 1 inch by 4 3/4 inches. And we're going to do, and these acorns I stamped on crumb cake cardstock, and I did early espresso, and then I did the part for the top in crumb cake. So I sort of have the light and the dark. I'm not going to stamp it for you since we're running so late. This is a long one. So this is going to go on to the designer paper. A little bit of tear and tape. I'm at the very end of my roll here. Tear and tape across the bottom. Center. So only the bottom, no adhesive on the top. Then we're going to add a little twine, linen thread. Oh my goodness. I think this is probably one of my favorite things, or one of the things I use the most in the catalog is linen thread. Especially in the fall, oh my goodness, all the time. It's just the perfect thing to add. Just gonna put that on the side. So thank you with the acorns in the front. Which one do you like better? Playful Pets or Beautiful Autumn? Carla, what are you waiting for? It's finally fall, so I guess it's time for you to use your fall punches. This little punch pack comes with 3. It comes with the 2 leaves and the acorn, and you can actually punch the designer paper. So this pattern right here, you can punch out the acorn and the leaves, so you don't have to have the stamp set, kind of like the Playful Pets. You could cut or punch out those shapes right from the designer paper. Oh, I'm seeing all your comments, both you guys. Trina likes the pets. Eve likes the acorns. Oh my goodness. All right, well, that's it. I am done. I'm spent I'm tired. My feet are killing me because I've been standing this whole time. Let's do a quick review of the cards that we made, and then you can tell me which one is your favorite. And I will be sending one card to somebody. I'll do a random drawing tomorrow or the next day when I think of it. We created easel cards tonight. That was the card that we created with mystery stamping. We did some quick and easy cut apart cards. Not based on, but inspired by the Get and Go card. We also did the baby wipe technique with the Life is Beautiful stamp set. And then we did a very extensive review of the Get and Go cards, but the ones that we made tonight while everybody was live is the Dandelion ones. Dandelion Wishes, is that what that set is called? So look at that. Holy macaroni. We made a lot of cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards tonight. We were busy. Let me know which card or maybe set of cards. Did you like the easel cards, or did you like the simple, clean and simple cut cards, or the baby wipe technique, or the Get and Go challenge cards? Let me know which was your favorite, and I will draw one name to receive a card from me in the mail. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to buy supplies for any of the cards that I made tonight, you can do that in my online store at juliedavison.com/shop. When you order $40 or more, you'll get a special project kit and bonus free gift from me. I mail them all at the end of the month, so you can watch for your September kit in early October. I hope you guys are all having a great week and that you have a lovely weekend ahead. Until next time, happy stamping!